Ja, 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 Rastafari.
Almighty
God.
Fire.
Born.
Nyabingi means a mystical incantation with revolutionary overtones that express death to all black and white oppressors, chanting down Babylon. Rastaman's church is his body and structure. Smoking the holy herb is the purification of the soul, as opposed to Catholics who purify their church with incense.
This week on Histories of the Past, we are exploring the Rastafarian movement of Jamaica from 1975 to the present. Now, it is important that when you look at the Rastafarian movement, you first understand the Ethiopianism of the prior centuries. 1930 was the rise of Marcus Garvey and the Garveyites. Now, things didn't work out too good for Marcus Garvey, but he did set quite a precedent in the Rastafarian movement, which was the Back to Africa sensation that would dominate. That Ethiopia was, after all, the cradle of civilization, the mother of humanity. Nyabingi is a purification of the soul. To understand the Rastafarian, you must first understand the Ethiopian. After the first Nyabingi convention held in the shanty towns of Kingston, Jamaica, the universal Ethiopian anthem was adopted as the anthem song of the Rastafarian movement. This, which came to be the birth of the Rastafarian movement itself on a more precedent terms. The anthem is as follows. Ethiopia, thou land of our fathers, thou land where the gods love to be. As the storm clouds of night suddenly gathers, our armies come rushing to thee. We must in the fight be victorious, when swords are thrust outward to gleam. For us will the victory be glorious, when led by the red, black, and green. Advance, advance to victory, let Africa be free. Advance to meet the foe, with the might of the red, the black, and the green. Ethiopia, the tyrant's falling, who smote thee upon thy knees, and thy children are huskily calling from over the distant seas. Jehovah, the Great One has heard us, has noted our sighs and our tears. With his spirit of love he has stirred us to be one through the coming years. One love. One love. This poem captures the true image of what it meant to be a Rastafarian in the 1980s. Now, to wrap up today's show, we will take a look at some of the music that was created and some of the elements of the music specifically that would define the Rastafarian movement. The reggae music genre is what is most closely associated with the Rastafarian movement today. So if you'll follow me, we'll take a close sneak peek to one of the most influential drummers of the time period. So we'll get behind the set of the drums and see it from the perspective of the drummer.
Basically, you got three different drum beats that define your reggae music. First of all, I'd like to touch on the one drop, which is probably the most unique beat. Puts influence on the third beat of every measure instead of the first and third. So, one drop sounds something like this. And notice that in most reggae music, and along with most rock music, the hi-hat is really key. in the drive. Because notice I'm not just playing the hi-hat with the same accent on every beat like that. I'm putting accent on every other beat like this. Gives it a really distinct tone and whatnot. So moving on, the next coolest, in my opinion, reggae beat is you got your steppers beat, which pretty much puts accent on the first and third of every measure, and really puts on building, or what we call in the percussion world layering. So this is a good one right here. Last but not least, most reggae songs just have a pretty straightforward rock beat, which is. But lots of times they incorporate the Nyabingi, which is what all reggae music comes from, basic tribal drumming, which accents, much like the heartbeat accents in a 4-beat measure. You got that influence going into your rock straight time shuffle, so it's. Most good reggae songs will have that at the very least.
We all gonna sing the same song.